Welcome to the Year 1 lesson for Part Unknown problems. In this lesson I'm learning to solve part unknown questions using equal sharing. Well, you can see down here I've got a question. I've got 8 oranges and I want to find out what half of them would be. And I can record that as a question that looks like this. Half of 8 equals some number. So this part of the fraction, called the denominator, tells me I'm going to need to split these oranges into 2 groups. And you can see I've got 2 groups down here. And this top bit tells me I'm interested in how many oranges are in one of those groups. So to answer this question, I'm going to have to share the oranges between the groups. So I'm going to put this orange in this group, and the next orange in this group. This orange in this group, and the next orange in this group, and I keep sharing out all the oranges like that, one into each group, until there are no oranges left. And you can see I've now shared out all the oranges. And you can see by doing that, it's now easy to solve my problem. Half of 8 must be 4, and I know that because there are 4 oranges in each of my groups. Let's try another question. This time I've got 6 strawberries. You can see those strawberries down here. And I want to find out what half of them will be. So I can record that like this. Half of 6 equals something. This number here, the denominator, has told me I'm going to need 2 groups. And you can see those 2 groups down here. And my numerator has told me that I'm interested in one of those groups. So I'm going to have to share these strawberries one at a time into my 2 groups. So I'm going to put this strawberry here, and my next strawberry in the other group. This strawberry in here, and this strawberry goes into the other group. This one into my first group, and this one into my second group. And you can see I've now shared out all of the strawberries. So now you can see there are 3 strawberries in each group. So half of 6 equals 3. Let's try one last question. This time I've got 10 tennis balls and I want to find out what half of that amount would be. So I can record that like this. Half of 10 equals something. Now the denominator tells me I need 2 groups, and you can see my 2 groups down here. And my numerator tells me I'm interested in how many tennis balls there'll be in one group. So let's start by sharing out the tennis balls. I'm going to put my first tennis ball in group 1 and my next tennis ball in group 2. And I'm going to keep sharing out the tennis balls one at a time between both of my groups. And I keep doing that until there are no tennis balls left. So you can see I've shared out all the tennis balls, and there are now 5 tennis balls in each of my groups. So half of 10 equals 5. Let's have a think about the important things to remember in this lesson. Well, this fraction here is a half. And the bottom bit, which is called the denominator, tells me how many groups I have to share my items between. And the top bit, which is called the numerator, tells me how many groups I'm interested in. And then all we need to do is share the items out one at a time between the groups. You can find the activity sheet that goes with this lesson and the Teacher Tools Fractions, Decimals and Percentages book from the White Book collection.